Welcome back to another drawing progress where I show you my drawing progress. Today we're drawing my tired emo boy from Not Cry Flints. Okay, emo might be uncalled for.
Fong, what is Not Cry and who is this hot emo guy?
Well, my grandchildren, let me tell you a story. In the vast world of Teyvat, there stands an autonomous region in the south. Yeah, I can't keep the voice. Anyway, Not Cry. The new region from Genshin Impact. Sorry. The new region from Genshin Impact is finally here. What is Genshin Impact, you ask? Seriously? Have you been living under a rock? Okay, let me tell you. Genshin Impact is an open world action RPG that's available on mobile, PlayStation, Xbox, PC. I myself play it on iPad. Let me paint a picture for you. You're a traveler from a distant world. You're separated from your twin, and you woke up in a completely different world. That sounds sad, but here's the thing. There's a silver lining. This world, Teyvat, has 7 nations, each with its own element. Geo, Hydro, Electro, Dendro, etc. There are unique plants and animals, beautiful scenery, and most people respect you. You do have some haters, but you can literally just beat the shit out of them. You also have cool teammates and gained some sick powers. So, maybe it's worth losing your twin sibling over. The new region, Not Cry, is said to be a hostile, lawless territory outside the central government's control. It's dominated by the Fatui. Fatui, basically bad guys, but there are also some likable people there. I don't want to spoil it too much. Play it yourself and say hi to the Fatui for me. Speaking of the Fatui, there will be a huge story update in this 6.0 version, including the secret of the Fatui, the heavenly principles, and most importantly, our twin protagonists. There will be 2 new character banners for this 6.0 update. First is Lauma, and hoo boy, is she a goddess. I don't care what she actually is, to me she is a goddess. Or a really gorgeous forest activist. The second one is Kirill Chudomirovich Flints, our muse for today's video. If Lauma is a forest activist, Flints is a grave or ghost activist. No, actually, he's a warrior of the Light Keepers. So don't be fooled by his dark, gloomy appearance. He's the one keeping the lights on. Anyway, there are 6 regions before the release of Not Cry, but don't worry, you don't have to go through all these regions to get to Not Cry. All you have to do is finish the first part of the main quest line, which is located in Mondstadt, the first region. So if you're a new player, no need to worry, you don't have to wait too long to get to Not Cry and meet Lauma and Flints and every other character in Not Cry. Genshin Impact is known for the elemental reactions. For example, fire and ice cause melt reaction, water and ice cause frozen, fire and electro cause overloaded, etc. Not Cry characters are blessed with new elemental reactions, the lunar reactions. There's Lunar Charge, which you can try with Flints because he's an Electro user, and Lunar Bloom, that you can try with Lauma as a Dendro user. Go check out Genshin Impact, download link is in the description. Thank you to Genshin Impact for sponsoring this video. Now let's move on to the sketching. I always start with a silhouette, no matter what I draw, whether it's waist up, chest up, or straight up flying heads. This helps me to see the bigger picture of what I'm drawing. Then I made a circle and a cross as the guideline of drawing the face. I think I tilted his head wrong and surprise, I didn't realize that until very late in the drawing. Anyway, during this rough sketch phase, I don't draw the facial features in detail and I oversimplify it. This is just to map out the placement of each facial feature. Then I move on to the clean sketch. Here I started to implement semi-realism to my drawing, but still with a lot of simplifications. For the eyes, I simplify them into angular shapes for that anime eyes look. For noses, I only draw the nose bridge and nostrils. I don't draw the shadows because it makes my drawing look like old people. Same with the mouth, I only draw the mouth line and lower lip. Keep the clean sketch clean. Too many lines will be a huge distraction during the rendering. Try to draw big shapes for the hair and keep the lines minimal as well. However, it's quite hard to do. You can redraw the hair sketch until you get a clean big shapes, but yeah, as you can see, I obviously didn't do it because of laziness as always. But do as I say, not as I do. For the base color, I use muted colors because vibrant colors are a nightmare for a control freak like yours truly. I'm planning on giving Flint a see-through shirt like the guy in the reference. Even though he doesn't show any skin in the canon, a girl can dream and draw. Anyway, let's draw a background for this piece. Look at that, Fong draws background. Simple background. Extremely simple background that doesn't give my tiny anchovy brain an aneurysm. I'll make one like in the reference picture. Dark in the middle with purple walls hit by the sunlight. I will also overlay some of the background colors on Flints and keep them in the separate layer. After I'm done rendering, I will call these overlay colors back. Now I move on to the soft shadows. Like the base colors, I'm keeping the shadows on muted colors so it's easier to control and doesn't hurt my deteriorating eyesight. I use a multiply layer for this. I'll make a selection so I can shade the hair separately. Yeah, I merge all the layers just before adding the soft shadows. I've duplicated them, of course, just to be safe. Most hair tutorials I've watched suggested to shade the hair as a ball because the head is a ball, a weirdly shaped ball. For the hard shadows, I created another multiply layer and painted the biggest shadow first, which are on the face, neck, and body. The face has darker shadows on the facial features, so I'm applying those as well. I also deepened the hair shadow by drawing on top of the soft shadows. I try to keep the ball shape and so far so good. I also added smaller, darker shadows to the hair so it will be easier to render. Let's move on to the rendering. I always start with the nose. I don't know why, I don't know when it started, but I always do the nose first, then mouth, and lastly the eyes. Does it have any relevance to the drawing process? Absolutely not. Noses have a more complicated structure compared to the mouth and eyes. That's why many beginners struggle with it. My advice is, don't overcomplicate the drawing. Just draw the nose bridge and nostrils. If it's the front view, I usually only draw the nostrils. All these shadows, add them later during the shading. If you worry it's looking weird, add the shadows gradually. Don't jump directly into the deep, dark shadows. And this also applies to pretty much everything. Dark shadows can be very scary, so build it up little by little. Don't forget to use midtones as well. If you don't know what that is, take a look at this picture. If you still have no idea what that is, watch my rendering video, skin video, brush video, what else? I don't know. But yeah, I think I explained it on those 3 videos. You can watch them later, after this video ends. Well, don't go yet. I'm not done yapping. I wanna yap some more. Anyway, I'm sure many of you are tired of me mentioning midtones every chance I get, but I will mention it over and over and over until I'm foaming at the mouth because of how important it is. Midtones are essential for adding volume and dimension to your painting, even when painting over the sketch. I've seen many of you asking me in the comments how to keep the painting from blurring and losing definition when painting over the sketch. First, overlay the shadow color on top of the line art and take the color in between. Then just continue rendering. Now, how to get better at midtones and rendering? Simple. Value studies, which I will cover later in the near future if it doesn't slip my mind, hopefully. Remind me to make one if you guys want to see it. The second way to keep the painting from blurring is to add line art. If you prefer a more realistic look, you can skip it, but line art is a quick fix if the midtones don't give enough definition. Oh my god, all that yapping and I have yet to render the eyes. Flints has a pair of blank icy yellow stares, and to my surprise, rendering blank eyes are even harder than detailed eyes with sparkles and flowers. It's not that it's hard to draw or anything, but it's hard to make them look realistic. But it's very in character with Flint, so I don't have any further complaints. Hold up, actually, take a look at this. His eyes turned blue for a while in the teaser. Oh, is it because he's possessed? Wait, is that a ghost? Okay, whatever, but his eyes turned blue for a while. And then after that, he got like a little, very tiny highlights underneath his irises. Okay, I think I will add that in later. Oh, and look at his little smile. He's like, look, mom, I did it by myself. Why, yes, you did, my dear boy. Now we finally got into my most dreaded process, the hair rendering. So I added more effort in applying the shadows earlier to ease the rendering process, but I don't know, man. Lower your expectations. I actually tried some hair tutorials in my previous video, but I seem to forget a great deal of it. Even the shade the hair like a ball thing, well, my painting certainly doesn't look like a ball now. I even made a ball mantra. Like I keep telling myself, a ball, balls. B-A-L-L-S, ball. Bola. See, it's even making me insane. I think I changed the shading too much in the rendering. I should have just rendered following my original shading. Anyway, this is actually what I'm going for. This is my drawing from last week's video. See, the rendering is not too complicated, but it looks well defined and realistic. I made this last week. Like seriously, how come I cannot do it now? Fine, let's see if I can fix this.
2,000 years later.
Okay, I did some shit to fix the hair, but honestly it doesn't change much. No, I'm serious. I spent like 40 minutes making the same strokes over and over and over, and the hair doesn't change that much. What was it that Einstein said? If you do things over and over but hoping different results, that means you're insane or something? Yeah, I wasted 40 minutes of my day for that. Remember I mentioned the head tilt during the sketching? I only realized that until this far into the drawing. I was like, something was amiss. What was it? Yes, the tilting of the noggin. But that's fine, just fix it real quick. And by the way, I spent another 27 minutes fixing the hair again. We're way past insane. Now I'm drawing the see-through shirt. I know Flint's is covered up from the neck down, but like, come on brother, show some skin. I mean, it's not like he's secretly just a skeleton from the neck down, right? Right? Hoyoverse, he's not, right? By the way, I got the flower embroidery from Google. I just darkened it and did some adjustments, as well as the mesh pattern, because there is no freaking way I can draw it by myself. I mean, I can. I'm just lazy. I just realized that I'm drawing Flint's cosplaying my old auntie when she goes to weddings. Oh, and I almost forgot to fix Flint's hair color. It's lighter on the bottom, so let's duplicate it, lighten the color with hue and saturation, then set the layer to screen, lower the opacity, and erase the top with a soft eraser. Now granted, the shading will be all messed up, so now we have to fix it. And by we, I mean I have to fix it. So I spent an additional 10 minutes for the hair. If any of you guys are keeping count, let me know how much time I spent on just hair, and let me know if there's a smarter way to do this. Anyway, I've added the overlay colors I mentioned in the earlier stages of the drawing back in. I also added more saturated colors on the overlay layer, so the drawing looks a bit vibrant. I only used multiply, overlay, and screen for blending modes in this drawing. For extra stylization, I like to add lash shadows on the under eye fat. Flint's might look tired, but he's fabulously tired. Afterwards, I use the gradient map to add more color variations. Duplicate your original drawing first, then apply gradient map to it. Then turn the layer to soft light and lower the opacity. And finally, I used unsharp mask to sharpen the painting. I actually experimented with more Ibis Paint filters, but nothing seemed to click, but it was just fun to experiment. Anyway, that's about it. Don't forget to check out Genshin Impact, link in the description.
Phil, are there rewards in the game?
Yes, of course, tons of rewards. You can get a free 5-star character from the standard banner, 10 free pulls, and starting from September 28th, additional rewards of 1600 Primogems and a new companion will be sent via email. If you're on adventure rank 30 or above and haven't logged in for 45 consecutive days, you will receive 10 free pulls through the Stellar Reunion system. So it seems like a perfect time to go back to playing Genshin. And there's additional rewards you can obtain by using the gift code on my description box below. You're welcome. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.